Hey guys, what's up? It's time for a new video this week and I'm so sorry for having a hiatus on my channel. Ang dami ko lang pinagdaanan sa bank guys, like just lots of tasks and trainings that I had to undergo. That's why I kind of lost track of time, but no worries. I'm back and I'm ready for more content to upload to you guys. This week's video, the topic really is like how to budget your sweldo. So I guess I have the karapatan now to talk about this since I have been earning already for like since April, so that's around like 3 months, right? But before me getting to the best part about this video, I'd like to talk first like as to why budgeting is even important in the first place. So we all know na in a month, like we have cash flow, right? Like the amount of money that we get into our accounts that goes into our pockets. The thing is, if you really want to like become rich soon, like if you really want to like pursue your goals, the trick really is, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to live within your means. Like you have to have a net gain and not a net loss in your monthly finances, in your statement of accounts or whatever. The trick here is really to be able to also allocate, like try to budget as to which funds your current income is going to go. So let's go to like the tool, right? How do we even budget our sweldo? So for me, I have this. It's actually somehow a common method of trying to in terms of like trying to allocate your resources, right, or your current cash flow. Because even if you're gonna like even if you're receiving like 6 or 7 digits a month, I don't care though. The point is that still is a scarce resource which you need to budget also, regardless of what are your priority projects or priority funds, right? So what I'm going to introduce to you right now is called the percentage rule, or what's commonly known as the 50-30-20 rule. Now, I do follow the 50-30-20 percentage allocation, but you can actually tweak them. I've seen lots of YouTube videos that also tweak as to how much percentages they give to each priority. So for me, I have 3 groups. There's savings, there's needs, and there's also leisure expenses. So let's say, so I allocate that into 50, 30, and 20%. So 50% goes to my savings, 30% goes to my needs, and then 20% goes to my leisure activities. So the reason why I chose these 3 priority aspects of my life is because, well, for me, I really need savings. Like as a new individual in the corporate world, like I really have to start building my own net worth, like starting building my own wealth. And then also for needs, well, of course, basically we need to live in our daily lives, right? I'm gonna have a different video for that, like as to how I manage to budget my daily expenses, and then also, of course, leisure, because being in corporate, like I kind of have, of course, like rough times where I also need to distress. So basically, those are my priorities. So that's my allocation: 50%, 30%, and 20%. The reason why a big chunk goes to my savings is really because I really want to save as fast as I can. 30% goes to my needs. It's because I don't really spend that much on like stuff. I really just spend what I need. And then also for the 20% leisure expense, of course it's the least allocation, but still needed. Like I divide it into weekly pa nga, into 4 weeks na fund na, okay. And then also actually, if you come to think about it, my savings percentage, the 50%, can still be divided into 4 or 25% each. 25% saying that the 50% value is the 100%, right? So 25% each, and this goes into 4 funds. One is for my emergency funds. Of course, I kind of don't want to rely always on my parents in terms of emergency cases, so I allocate funds for the rainy days. This is also why I like the story of the grasshopper and the ant and the grasshopper, because basically they teach you to really prepare for whatever event that could come, especially in a circumstance that you will find yourself in where you need money, right? And also, aside from that, is a portion of my savings goes to my retirement fund. I have an upcoming video teaching you guys like what's the best retirement fund for you that's tax free. I'm gonna teach you that in like 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, a video for that. 2 weeks from now. Also, another portion goes to my insurances. I pay for my own insurances. It's really a need naman. It's really a need naman. Like if you really want to be if you want to be secured with your finances, like make sure that you get insurance, guys, especially life and health insurances. The last one really goes to my travel funds. The reason why is because my parents my parents really like taught me, influenced me to really love traveling. I also have plans traveling with very important people in my life, so I kind of course need to budget like a portion of my cash inflow towards that kind of expense, right? So those are my expense. Those are my allocations. So 50% can be divided into four, but in total, I consider them as savings. 30% goes to my needs, 20% goes to my leisure, and my entertainment funds, like just to distress. So let's say, for example, let's have an example here. Let's say that I'm using my old phone. Let's say that my monthly cash flow is 50,000. This is just for illustrationary purposes, guys. So 50,000 is my what do you call this? So 50,000 is my monthly cash flow. 50% of that, of course, is 25,000, right? So 25,000 would go for my savings, and then if you divide it into four, it goes to my four funds that I mentioned earlier. Now, let's say, for example, my needs. So if 50,000 is my monthly cash flow, if we multiply that into 30%, that's 15,000. So 15,000 pesos is what I spend for like in the 30 days of the month. Also, let's say that. So let's try to calculate also for 20%, which is my leisure funds. So I have 10,000 pesos for my leisure fund, and if you're gonna divide that into 4 weeks, since I allocated into, and if you're gonna divide that into 4 weeks because I allocated per week, it now becomes 2,500 per week. So this is the only amount that I am allowing myself to spend in terms of leisure. So basically, that's how you budget. Like, make sure. Well, of course, what's the point of budgeting if at the end of the day you're not able to really commit to those percentage allocations that you have? I advise that you stick to, like, for a year, you stick to one percentage structure. Like if you want to go for 50 30 20 or 60 30 10, that's really up to you guys. But the point is, like, make sure also that at the end of the day that you also try to really commit to the limits, because these will serve as your limits for every expense that you have. Make sure that you also download an expense tracker so you're able to like track your expenses, and you can see also like how much of your fund of your current income is going to this certain fund that you set for yourself, right? So that's basically it. That's how you allocate. That's how you budget your sweldo. And I do hope that someday you also uh, like appreciate like this method of budgeting. It's really simple. Basically, you just like commit to a percentage allocation, write it down on a piece of paper, stick it into your door's wall, not door's wall, into the back of your door, or door of your room, or even on your study table, and then you're able already to like to be reminded as to how much is the ceiling for every fund that you have, right? So that's it for this week's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, guys. As much as possible, I really want to invest more time with you guys. Like, please do hit some comments down below, like anything, like if there's anything about personal finance, entrepreneurship, traveling, or even eating. Please do, or anything lifestyle. Please do tell me down below, so I'm listening to you guys. I'm listening to you guys, so I kind of know. I'm kind of trying also to attend to all of your queries. So with that, please also subscribe if you want more content on like personal finance, money, savings, investments, traveling, entrepreneurship, and even like lifestyle, anything about those topics, guys. Like, please do expect more content in the next weeks, since I'm back. I can have time already to invest into this channel. So I'm hoping to see you guys next week for a new video. And thank you so much for your participation in my previous videos. I'll see you again next Saturday.